Will Seattle ever get another basketball team?
I don't know. I'm very sad about that. I boycotted Starbucks. I lifted my boycott against Starbucks just for the economic stimulus package.
Yeah, of course.
But I had a double boycott against Starbucks. One, the leader of it sold the team to these guys from Oklahoma, and I don't really even hold it against them. It's their money. They bought a team. They wanted a stadium. They thought it was substandard.
Yeah.
They left. Like when it happens around the country, I don't cry for some city in the east. It's all provincial. So the unfortunate thing is he sold it to the wrong hands. Like I can't believe with all the money that's up in Seattle now, he couldn't have put it out there that hey, three entities want to go in here. 30 million, whatever whatever their share stake would be, they all kick it in. So it was sad. And I don't think that gym was that bad in the first place. It's not state of the art, but
it works.
I don't know. I've seen worse.
Yeah.
Madison Square Garden, a nice gym. All that has is history. It's not. I don't know. It's what you make of it. I think too.
Will LA get a football team?
I don't think it needs one. For a long time, I was like, how can Los Angeles not have a football? It just doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
But LA seems to be doing fine without one.
We got USC. That's our pro football team.
You know what? There's so much down here.
Yeah.
It's almost like smaller cities need that for whatever justification of their existence. But I think it'd be great if LA did get a team, but it seems to be going okay without it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the Raiders belong in Oakland.
Yes. Absolutely. Will Mike Vick play in the NFL this season?
He'll probably play for Oakland.
That's probably true, actually.
I give Mike Vick, if I were in charge, I'd give him a second chance. What he did was awful, and I think he's been contrite. I hopefully, he sees the light on that and would never consider anything like that again. But others have done worse. Geez, we're talking about P. Rose, totally separate subject, but should he be allowed into the hall? And yeah, he shouldn't have been betting on baseball. He never bet against his team, so I give him some credit that way.
Yeah.
But look who's in the hall. There's guys that were Klan members. Okay, he bet on some games, all right? He's been sort of publicly lashed and disgraced for so many years now. You know what he did on the field. That's worthy of Hall of Fame, first ballot easy, unanimously.
Yeah.
So, Henry Aaron just quoted on it. He said, he didn't Twitter, but he was quoted. It's time.
Yeah, yeah. Is the fact that that Chad Johnson changed his name to Ocho Cinco and not Ochenta y Cinco offensive at all?
Well, I majored in Spanish, firstly. No, I didn't major. I challenged Spanish in junior college. I'll take that back. It's funny that he bastardizes the tongue, for the joke. It doesn't bother me, but I don't know. I guess we should ask more those who speak the language if that's offensive. But anytime I try to speak Spanish, I'm doing so poorly with it. That I probably do the same thing. But it was funny. In fact, there's a parallel story when Dan Patrick was saying. Originally he said El Fuego, which would mean not. And then I don't know if En Fuego is perfectly correct. I think there's another way to say it that's the most accurate. But I had my own Spanish experience was. I was saying quadrangular for home runs, or grand slams, rather. I don't know what the hell I was saying. I was saying something I thought meant home run.
Yeah.
And I was with our Spanish language folks, the ESPN, before Deportes, but they were our international guys. We were at this big dinner, and I say, hey, how do you say home run in Spanish? How do you say it? What's the correct way? And the guy just said, home run. It's like, that's it.
Done.
So every Hispanic player hits a home run out. Home run. And I think for the most part they liked it. I met, what's his name? I'll come up with it. I may have to come up with his name later.
Okay.
Carlos Pena. When he was either just going into the league or a rookie somewhere in there. And he was giving me other Hispanic stuff to say. I loved it. It was like, you said, what a physical. He said all the guys were saying that, like when a guy would crush one. What a physical, what a body. And I just kept using that and home run over and over. So I miss, getting to do those weird things for SportsCenter, but I don't miss the hours. And I don't miss the whatever. The Mets have added an infielder story, nothing against the Mets, but what I'm getting to do now is, just kind of open up a different door.
Right. Well, Kenny Mayne, you're officially off the SportsFanLive.com hot seat.
Thanks for having me.